Hey everybody, welcome. This is No Bones About Wrestling. I'm one of your hosts, Asa. How's it going? This is Wolf right here,
Hello.
and he is the reigning predictions champion. And this is our AEW Dynasty prediction show. And K Fabulous is joining us very soon. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna pick the matches. We got 10 matches for Dynasty on Sunday, which we're doing a watch along for 7:55. Um, the so yeah, so we all pick who's going to win, and whoever wins the most matches, whoever gets the most matches right, wins the No Bones About Wrestling Predictions Championship belt, um, which Wolf currently has. He's had it for several months, and it is it resembles the ECW World Title, but it's not. It is the Predictions Championship. So Wolf has had that for like 2 or 3 months. If there's a tie, the champion keeps the belt. So he's had a couple ties, but he has not lost. Um, so yeah, that's where we are. And if you're a viewer or listener, we're doing a viewer and listener pick contest. So just get us your picks on here during the show. Make sure you pick every match. Or easier, you could just send them to me on X at No Bones Wrestling. That's at No Bones RASSLIN. If you want to be part of that, and there will be a small prize for the winner. It's free to enter, of course. Um, yes.
Okay.
And also, Kelso, what's up, guys? Oh, um, weird.
He says, Asa, I've been asking Grok video game questions for the past hour because of your Grok stream. Are you still using it?
Yeah, I still mess around with it pretty regularly. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty smart AI. One thing that's dumb about it, it can't find our website. I I ask it about No Bones About Wrestling, and it tells me, "Oh, you're looking for No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan movie." I'm like, "No," and then it says, "Oh, No Bones About It." That means
No qualms.
no qualms.
That's
Okay,
how I would say
that
it.
means no qualms. And it could be a term for a hardcore match, with weapons and things, no bones about it. And that's what it tells me, and it won't
Is
find our
that
website. What?
that it's related to a hardcore match?
It could be. That's what they say. They say it could even be related to a hardcore
And
match.
it's not,
Because
right?
there's no rules and anything.
Mhm.
Um anyways, I do still use it, yeah. But it's not as smart as they say it is. And Willie says Wolf is the closet champion. I want that title.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
All right, so let's get started here. We're not going to do a super long show. We're not going to, stretch it out just to talk. But we'll see how long we go.
And Switch might be joining us, right?
Switch is not joining
No, he's
us.
not joining
No,
us.
no.
Did he give you his picks?
He will be providing picks,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
So he will be joining us on Sunday for the Dynasty Watch Along. It'll be me, K Fabulous, Wolf, I assume, and Switch.
Yes.
Um, and we'll all have our picks going. So 4 of us in the contest.
And the fan contest. Don't worry, I'll make a spreadsheet. I know you guys are worried that there'll be a lack of spreadsheets, but there won't be.
Let's go.
All right, so
I have the
first
card pulled up. Yeah.
first match we're going to talk about Owen Hart Cup first round matchup. Excuse me, we got Kyle Fletcher taking on Mark Briscoe.
Number 4. This is the 4th match they've had.
Yeah, I thought so.
So who do you?
Is it Kyle won 2 of them and Mark won 1 of them, or is it Mark
I
2 and Kyle 1?
believe so. Let me what's it called? Let's look up cage match. You guys can go in the meantime.
Because I think was it the Continental Classic that Mark beat him? I believe so.
I don't
Yes,
recall.
I think
I'm going to get some water. You
Oh.
tell your pick.
Okay. So I'm kind of waiting to hear what Wolf says now, but my initial pick is Kyle Fletcher. Not what he says about like his opinion, but like what the record is. But yeah, I feel like they don't seem to know what they're doing with Mark Briscoe right now, and they seem to have kind of a clear path for Kyle Fletcher.
it seems like they're counting the ROH world title match that they had on ROH. So technically Mark Briscoe has 2 and Kyle Fletcher has 1.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with Kyle Fletcher. What about you, Wolf?
I will also say Kyle Fletcher. I didn't know that they were counting ROH, the ROH title match, that they had. Yeah, I mean, Mark is great, but I don't see him beating Fletcher, especially now. Fletcher is too good right now, and Fletcher's in a very high spot. So I think it makes sense for Fletcher to advance in the All-In Cup.
Yeah, I agree with what Wolf says. He's in a high spot and he's getting a push and he's been doing great. Not that
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe hasn't been, but just Kyle Fletcher is kind of on
Sure.
fire at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Fletcher also to advance.
Yep.
All right. So we all pick Kyle Fletcher.
Yep.
We'll stick with the men's Owen Hart Cup first round. We've got former international champion Will Ospreay taking on Kevin Knight. I think this one's kind of obvious, but Wolf, what do you think?
I'm excited for this match because I know Kevin Knight to be great. I've seen him in New Japan. I've seen him mainly in TNA. He's a really good wrestler, very good young talent. He WWE was what's it called? He was offered to go to WWE and they were gonna put him in a tryout. AEW has him on pay-per-view with arguably the best wrestler in the world. It kind of shows like who values Kevin Knight more. But yes, obviously Will Ospreay is going to win. The sad news I will share is that Kevin Knight was a replacement for a currently injured Switchblade Jay White. And we were supposed to get Will Ospreay versus Jay White on Dynasty. And I am disappointed, but it is what it is.
I kind of think
That is a shame.
Be more fun though,
Huh?
because he does flippy shit too. It's 2 flippy shit guys now.
Yeah, true.
And I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Will Ospreay. I think it's obvious. Kevin Knight, I've only seen him in one match. He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of him before he came to AEW, honestly.
Yeah.
But I know he has a reputation of being very good. But yeah, I don't see him having a chance here, and especially the fact that he's a substitute. Will Ospreay wins.
I think he's still gonna have like a very good performance because he did against Jay on the Collision, and then I think he's still going to like against Ospreay, but obviously Ospreay's gonna win.
Okay.
I also have Will Ospreay because it'll be really fucking weird if Kevin Knight swoops in as a replacement and wins.
And Willie says Will Ospreay, of course, wins. All right. Next up, we got a women's Owen Hart Cup tournament match. This is a non-title match. TBS champion Mercedes Moné takes on former TBS champion Julia Hart. Wolf, who do you have here? I know who your heart tells you.
Oh no, the thing is this match kind of has been driving me crazy because I've been with Byron and he's been saying that Julia Hart along with the Hounds of Hell in general have been buried and I've wanted to basically kill him.
Well, one of them's been injured.
Well, yeah, but he's saying like, what's it called now? Like Julia and Brody, they're not really doing anything. I'm like, they're still on TV. Like they're still on TV regularly. Julia just came off a mini feud, and now she's on pay-per-view with what's it called, Mercedes. Like, I will say, I don't know why Mercedes is in this tournament. but it's clear what their plan is. Mercedes will beat Julia, because on the other side of or rather, same side but other half of the side is Harley Cameron versus Athena, which I don't think will be on pay-per-view, but it'll probably be on Dynamite. Athena will win, and then they'll do Mercedes versus Athena, allegedly on the special episode, spring through breaking. I don't know. It's in Boston though, so they're probably gonna give that to Mercedes. I think Mercedes will probably go on to the finals. Yeah, so Mercedes.
And if you don't know why that episode is going to be so special, the spring break or whatever they're calling it episode, that is when Dynamite surpasses Nitro as the second longest running, main wrestling show. Number one, of course, being Raw. Number two would be Dynamite. I'm not counting SmackDown. Like I said, the main wrestling show. So number two would be Dynamite. Number three would be Nitro after this, which is something else. They haven't been around as long as WCW. Nitro, of course, didn't start till '95. They went out of business in '01. But yeah, they will be surpassing Monday Nitro, which is pretty noteworthy. Of course, Monday Nitro, WCW had a millionaire, not a billionaire, behind them. But then they got sold to Time Warner, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, okay. Mercedes Moné and Julia Hart. Just exactly what Wolf said. Moné's going to win, and they're going to do Athena versus Moné in the semifinals. That's what I believe. I don't know who will win that match, but not yet at least. But yeah, Moné wins here, stays undefeated, I think. Okay.
So I have Moné winning here. And I do think Athena is going to go on to face Moné in the tournament, but I think there's going to be something like hinky about it.
Something what?
Hinky.
Hinky, oh.
Like a time limit draw or something where the final is going to be the two of them and someone else. So that way someone else can take the pin and we can have the real one-on-one match
later.
Like at All In.
Huh.
The problem with that is that they're still doing the Owen Cup winner getting a world title shot at All In.
Right.
I think they're just going to fight for who has the world title shot. And like at the beginning, and then maybe they can do like that match can be the beginning of the show, and then the main event can be Tony versus or whoever has it versus.
Actually, I said originally I think Mercedes will probably go on to the finals, but the thing is, this past Collision where Athena was on, they kind of teased Athena and Jamie like staring down each other and having a match. Maybe like they had showed Jamie and Athena interacting, and Jamie's on the other side of the bracket.
I didn't remember her being on the bracket.
Yeah, Jamie is facing Billy Starks, and Thunder Rosa is facing Chris Statlander. So honestly, I think on that side, Jamie is probably going to go all the way to the finals and facing either Mercedes or Athena. So it could be Athena versus Jamie at Double or Nothing for that, or it could be Jamie versus Mercedes.
I keep thinking All In is next, but we have Double or Nothing next, don't we?
Yeah, All In is in July.
I know. I just wanted to get here.
Well, maybe we'll
go. It's okay. We forget about Double or Nothing because for the past couple of years, Double or Nothing has been bad.
No. Don't be ridiculous.
It's been like forgettable because like everything else has been so good.
The only bad AEW pay-per-view I've seen was World's End. And whatever year that was, 2023, that was not good. But all the others, I think have been pretty great, honestly. I mean, they'd always deliver on pay-per-view, always. All right, up next, the Ring of Honor World Title match. It is belt versus mask. So we've got the champion Chris Jericho, the Nueve, defending against Bandito. And so if Bandito wins, he's the new champion. If he loses, he must unmask. Wolf, who do you think?
See, for this match, I'm not 100% certain because Jericho is featured basically front and center of Supercard of Honor, which is after this pay-per-view. However, I just can't see Bandito getting unmasked. It feels wrong. So like I'm gonna basically say Bandito wins here, and then they'll probably run it back at Supercard of Honor. I don't know, maybe or maybe not. I'm gonna say Bandito. It just feels like Bandito should win. People I think are a little tired of Jericho being ROH champ, especially because there's not much going on with him with that belt. So I think Bandito could use it. It would be helpful for Bandito. So yeah.
Once again, I agree with everything Wolf said. Yeah, I don't see Bandito getting unmasked personally. Yeah, and I think he's been excellent since he returned. And yeah, give him the fucking belt. So I think Bandito wins the belt. Yeah. And I think Willie says Jericho wins. Yeah. And what's up, Switch? How's it going, man?
I also say Bandito, mainly because like Wolf's point was like really what made me decide this. Like, I mean, what when I thought it before. I can't see them taking the mask off of Bandito. One, he's got a super awesome mask. It's kind of unique, and I feel like he just came back to this like triumphant return, and everyone's so excited. Can't see them ripping the mask off that poor man, you know.
I agree.
Plus, he's so awesome.
Up next, we got the AEW TNT title match. This is no time limit or outside interference. So I guess all the wrestlers are just going to follow the rules and not interfere, I guess. But we got the champion Daniel Garcia defending against Adam Cole, Bebe. Wolf, what do you think?
The fact that they've done this match again and again, and they've have these weird finishes, I think unfortunately for Garcia, now is the time to give the belt to Adam Cole. It's unfortunate because I think this is what Daniel Garcia needed. Needs like during his reign, he needs these kind of stories. So I don't think so. If they keep going with it and they do this kind of stuff, I think it's fine if Garcia retains. But I think you need to give something to Adam Cole, especially because again, idiots on the internet, people what's it called, just are saying like, oh, Adam Cole's not good anymore, he's washed. I'm like, just stop. No.
Yeah, that's great.
It's time to give Adam Cole the title. Garcia can always just get it back eventually or just go on to get something else. But yeah, I think Adam should win.
Once again, I agree with everything Wolf said. This is not just a strategy. I think
he needs to not go first next time.
No, I go. Look, I have not changed anything.
I'm saying because you and I are picking all the same picks, but it sounds like we're just copying Wolf. So you got to switch it up like you normally do.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, this pay-per-view is I'm like the least certain I've been in a while.
We've all agreed on everything so far. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with Wolf. Adam Cole, Bebe wins. Because as he pointed out, they've had several matches already with, kind of weird finishes or, dusty finishes kind of thing. So I think Adam Cole wins the belt. I think he deserves it. He's come back and he put on, like the last time we saw him, he put on muscle. He has pecs now. I was very impressed with the way he looked because he was looking like me in the ring, which is not how you want to look. So, I mean, he was looking like as strong as I am in the ring, which is not how a professional wrestler.
He's too skinny.
No, which is not how a pro wrestler needs to look.
Yeah, gotcha.
But now he looks like a pro wrestler again. So yeah, Adam Cole wins. Kay, who do you think?
I also have Adam Cole, but not because of the weird finishes, but because they just need to give that guy like a fucking bone. Like, what have they done to him?
Yeah.
Like, since he's shown up, it's just been like minor disaster after minor disaster. They had this awesome thing going, and then it fell flat on its face. And then after it fell flat on its face, it got worse when he started the Undisputed
It
King.
was the devil.
Oh my god, it was just awful. And so, like, give him something positive to look at when he sees his career in this company. Those are my feelings.
All right. Yep. So we've all agreed on everything so far. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches so far. So K Fabulous, you're gonna go first. We've got the AEW World Tag Team Title match. We have the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, of course, accompanied by Montel Vontavious Porter, and they're defending against the Learning Tree members, Big Bill, who's a former World Tag Team Champion with Ricky Starks, and Big Bill is teaming with Brian Keith. Who do you see winning this?
I see the Hurt Syndicate winning this and retaining probably slightly easily, like disappointingly easily. Yeah, I like it. I mean, there's no why on earth would they take the belts off of them and put them on Brian Keith and Big Bill? Like it seems like the Learning Tree may be fizzling out, especially if Jericho's like losing his belt. I could see them breaking up afterwards. Like, why are we going to follow you and your teachings when you just lost your belt? I don't know. And Big Bill, like as you say, should be a solo dude at this point.
He should be fighting for the fucking world title.
I quite agree with that.
Look
but
at that guy.
He's got to work his way up there.
You're crazy.
So
Look, alone, not
apparently,
enough to be at the world title scene.
Look at that guy.
Right.
Look at that man.
well, apparently we weren't supposed to get this match at all. They pivoted because Brian Cage is injured. And we were
That makes
supposed to
sense.
get the Murder Machines
Yeah.
versus
Okay.
the Hurt Syndicate,
Everybody's
but
injured.
So it's
Yeah.
sounding like your prediction is probably the Hurt Syndicate.
the Hurt Syndicate will retain. And I think I'm gonna go a little bold with after the match. Even though I kind of don't like these guys and would rather not see them in that tag title scene again, but the Young Bucks return to face the Hurt Syndicate.
All
All right.
We're gonna say the MXM collection.
Oh,
or
God.
what? And I was
No.
like, what?
No. That or just MJF will get involved and they'll
I
do
can't
more.
believe how much you love wrestling and how much you don't like the Young Bucks. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
that's
It's
crazy.
weird. No, it's more like I don't want the Young Bucks in the AEW tag title scene ever again.
I'm
Why?
tired of them,
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'm tired of them. It's just
but their matches are so good.
it's like I
True.
don't want them with tag titles. Like in that, like I want them when storylines fine, but like
Mhm.
That's like saying you don't like the Lucha Brothers, you know?
Oh, I just had a night not related to the Lucha Brothers. Thinking about that wild card, which has been like plaguing my mind, you know? What if
oh
it's Jack Perry?
Possible.
Because he's
Possible.
been off the face of the earth for a while and
Yeah.
he's not injured as
Yeah.
far as I know.
I could see
I
that.
mean I like the what that they brought the wild card in. It teases
Mhm.
plenty of people. They
Yeah.
what's it called? They tease Darby, but
He's not going to
given
do it. Yeah.
it's probably not going to be Darby now that apparently it's going to take 2 months, probably more, to climb Mount Everest. But it also teases, it like indirectly teases Darby, but also teases a possible new signing, such as like Josh Alexander
Mhm.
or just someone we haven't seen in a while, maybe like Eddie Kingston or Roosh, I don't know, or
Hey, Wardlow.
Oh, Roosh, I'm thinking of
Wardlow. Yeah, it could be
That would
Wardlow.
be awesome.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, it could be Wardlow.
But yeah, I don't know who it'll be. Yeah, like you said, there's
Could
a
be
number of
anyone.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, AEW is very good at surprising us when
Right.
they try to.
I love the Roosh idea. When you said Roosh, I
Yeah.
initially
Oh,
thought
Roosh.
I was thinking of Miro, and I was like, I think he's gone. But
No,
he
no.
re-signed with WWE.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, I mean
yeah,
Roosh of
Roosh
LFI.
would be awesome.
So
Yeah.
Christopher has been picking matches here. He said the Hurt Syndicate, and he also said someone else.
Mhm.
Willie says he agrees with Wolf. He doesn't like the Young Bucks. That's fucking crazy. And he also says the Hurt Syndicate wins because it's not time for them to start doing jobs. Yeah, definitely. Christopher said the Hurt Syndicate wins, and he said Adam Cole wins.
Mhm.
So Christopher, we're doing a viewer/listener pick challenge. So if you want to put the rest of your picks in the chat here, or what's easiest is if you send them to me on X, and that's at No Bones Wrestling, at No Bones RASSLIN.
That's fine. I'm writing them all down.
But yes, you can write them all down. And Christopher says he thinks the wild card is Josh Alexander, and that's very possible. Yeah. And my pick for the World Tag Team Title match, to get back on topic, Hurt Syndicate retains because of everything Kay and Wolf said. Yeah, it's not time for them to lose, and like Wolf pointed out, they're a substitute for this match, and yeah, the Hurt Syndicate needs to stay undefeated in the tag team title scene for right now. So yeah, they keep the titles, and we've all agreed on all 6 matches so far, which is pretty unusual. So we got 4 matches left here.
Did Willie say Garcia or Cole? I didn't get his Hurt Syndicate.
Cole. I think
Cole,
he said
sorry.
Cole.
It won't let me scroll through the comments anymore.
And Christopher asks, when can you guys see Cedric Alexander joining
Double or
AEW to be
nothing.
part of the syndicate?
Double or nothing.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's
I
definitely.
think double or nothing is when it would line up for Cedric to come.
And Wolf, did you say Willie picked Hurt Syndicate?
Yes, yes, he did.
Thank
And Willie also says Happy Rusev Day. And what's up, Steven? What matches have you gone over? We're almost done. Well, we're halfway done.
We went through the tag title match. We went through Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight, Mercedes versus Julia, Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe, Garcia versus Adam Cole, and Jericho versus Bandito.
Yep.
And Steven is our winner from the last pay-per-view.
Yep. So Steven, yeah, get your picks in the chat or send them to me on X, either one. He's not on X, so I guess put him in the chat. Or send them to Kay on Instagram, yeah. All right. World Trios title match. We got the champions, the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta taking on Rated FTR, which of course is Adam Copeland and FTR. I'm gonna go first. So the Death Riders, as we all know, have not been defending the belts very often. I don't think the Death Riders angle is over, but I do think it's time to take the belts off of them. So I'm predicting. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my prediction right now.
I knew that was happening. You sounded so wishy-washy in your explanation.
I'm going to change my prediction. As I was talking, I rethought it. As I said, the Death Riders angle is still going. So I'm gonna pick the Death Riders to retain, even though they've, a lot of people think it is time to take the belts off of them. I think it's time to take the belts off of them. I just don't see this Rated FTR team winning them, and especially we've got Dax Harwood and whatever the fuck his name is,
Cash Wheeler.
Arguing and all that. I just don't see it happening. So the Death Riders retain.
Well, can you explain to me what they're arguing over real quick? Because I somehow fucking.
So basically, Dax is doing this whole getting emotional angle thing, and they're possibly teasing turning FDR heel. I don't know. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It seems like Dax is kind of having a temper problem. And what's it called? He's kind of lashing out at Copeland and at Cash. So
I gotcha.
They're dealing with that. I guess I can go next.
Yeah.
I will not agree with Asa. I think we will get new trios champions in Rated FTR. Now, of course, I will quickly follow that up by saying they will be transitional champions. And I will not be surprised if they lose it, like probably as soon as like a week and as late as Double or Nothing.
So early as a week. That would be. Who do you think's gonna take it from them?
The Ops.
Can I say who I want to take it from? Wait, who did you say?
The Ops. Hulk, Joe, and Shibata. Yeah.
You think the faces are going to take it from them, even though they might still be faces?
I think Hook. Yeah, I think Hook,
Mhm.
Joe, and Shibata are kind of doing this whole thing of like going after everyone, and they're
Mhm.
maybe they're gonna carry on with this whole tension angle, and they're gonna have the ops kind of take advantage of that. And
I want the patriarchy to win it from them.
Did you see
'Cause
Steven's picks here?
And I can't scroll through it.
Osprey,
Osprey,
Mercedes.
Mercedes, Fletcher, Bandito, Hurt Syndicate. Steven, we still need Garcia and Cole from you.
Say what Wolf just said.
Osprey, Mercedes, Fletcher, Bandito, Hurt Syndicate. Same as you and me.
Same
And
as
Wolf.
everyone.
Same as everyone.
Yeah.
Except that I have a different pick for Death Riders versus FTR. I think FTR is winning. Rated FTR is winning.
And Steven picked Adam Cole
Adam
also.
Cole.
And Steven picked the Death Riders. And Christopher picked the Death Riders. And says they're going to be tension with rated FTR.
Did Willie say anything?
Said the Death Riders.
Okay. So all of them said the Death Riders.
Everybody says the Death Riders except Wolf.
And me.
And Kay.
Oh, did you go already?
No, I said it like 3 seconds ago. But yeah, I'm picking rated FTR.
All right.
Because unlike Asa, I don't think that they're going to keep them on them because it has been such a terrible reign and people have been so vocal about how terrible it is. Plus, I think Moxley's going to spoil my pick, but I think Moxley's winning the main event. And so I think it's okay for them to drop the trios title.
Way to spoil the fucking drama, Kay. Jesus.
I'm explaining my reasoning.
We're trying to do a show here.
I mean, hey, I'm uncertain about the main event personally because like there's like 3 options I see going for.
Well, let's wait until the main event. We'll talk about it then. All right, let's move on.
Asa, I'm sorry, real quick. Asa, did you hear about what I think like will happen with the trios titles after rated FTR gets them?
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I think if they win, I think that's exactly what will happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they'll transition to the ops. Yeah.
I don't know. That match could go either way, like easily. Yeah. That's the one I'm least sure about so far. And this one I'm not too sure about, but it's the AEW International Title Triple Threat match. The man Kenny Omega defends against Ricochet and the undefeated Speedball Mike Bailey, and all 3 of these guys are awesome. I'm not a big Triple Threat fan, but this is going to be great, I think. And I'm predicting, Kenny Omega pretty much just got the belt back. So I'm predicting, and I could easily see Ricochet winning the title. He deserves it, deserves a belt. But I just don't see them taking it off Omega right now. I don't see it. I still think we're getting an Omega Okada feud. I don't know where Okada has gone, but he's still the Continental Champion. So I still see that happening, and I see it happening with both of them having belts. So Kenny Omega wins, and Steven says Omega also. Wolf, what do you think?
I will also say Omega, and unfortunately for him, I will also have to say that Ricochet is eating the pin. Because I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to protect Speedball, and with this match, like I think that's the only reason Ricochet's in this match really is to mainly protect Speedball, and it seems like they are intending on unifying the international and continental titles. So I think it will be Kenny Omega retains.
I agree with that. Yeah. Kay, what do you think?
I also have Omega because, like everyone's saying, like he just came back. I can't see him losing it. I hadn't really thought about who was going to take the pin, but that makes sense that Ricochet would take it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to intentionally pick something different than Wolf, or else there will be a 0% chance I can win.
Correct.
It's my least favorite percentage of win.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Things might be different coming up.
The only thing I have different than Wolf The only thing either of us have different from Wolf is I picked the Death Riders to win, and he picked Rated FTR.
I don't have
Yeah.
anything for that.
And Kay has picked everything. Kay
Yep.
and Wolf have picked all the same. Yeah. All right. We got 2 matches left here. We got the AEW Women's World Title match with Toni Storm defending Timeless Toni Storm, defending against the undefeated Megan Bayne, who's been just running through everyone on the roster pretty much.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I think the undefeated Megan Bayne is about to be defeated.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, I will never pick against Toni Storm, which might not be the best tactic for me to win. But no, I mean.
So you're gonna have to pick differently than Wolf in the world title match, I bet.
Is he picking Toni?
I'm just guessing. Go ahead with what you're saying.
Okay, well, I'll just say what mine is the opposite of whatever Wolf is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, not for this one, but for the world title.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, mine.
All right.
Yeah, Toni.
All right. So you guys are gonna think I'm crazy.
Uh-oh.
Megan Bayne wins.
Yes.
I can see it. I can see it.
too,
I
but
think
I'm not
Megan Bayne. I think they're gonna strap the rocket on Megan
Steven says
Bayne.
Bayne.
And honestly,
Says Toni.
it also gives the opportunity for Thunder Rosa to actually win the Owen Cup, because they've been kind of doing this whole thing
Where was
with
it,
Thunder Rosa and Megan Bayne, so like they could maybe like start kind
Well,
of
it's Steven
pushing
said Bayne.
towards Thunder Rosa possibly winning the Owen Cup and facing Megan Bayne. But they could also give it to Statlander, they could give it to Jamie, they could there's different options, but I think Megan Bayne gives a something fresh. And honestly, I don't know if there's really anything much left for Toni Storm as champion, like right now, that we haven't seen before. The only thing I think that leaves, I'm picking Megan Bayne because there's more options, more opponents. Because if Toni retains, which is very well possible, I feel like the only correct winner of the Owen Cup is Jamie.
What I want to have happen is I want Penelope Ford to try and interfere in the match, and I want motherfucking Camille to come out and then like beat the shit out of Megan Bayne, and Toni wins and retains.
Okay.
And that's why. So like Megan gets a pass on like why she lost to Toni Storm, and we get Camille back, and we get a Camille and Megan Bayne feud, because I feel like that would be excellent.
But what if we got Camille and Megan Bayne for the world title at like double or nothing?
No, that's the worst idea. Anything that takes the belt off Toni is a terrible idea, Wolf. And I can't believe that you're saying that they're like out of things to do with her. She is unstoppable. There are no limits on her.
I mean,
power.
I think just because I'm also picking Megan Bayne because I think that it makes it more likely for Thunder Rosa to win the Owen Cup, because I feel like they're not gonna do Toni and Thunder Rosa at all at all.
Which is a shame. They like jumped on the rematch like way too early after Thunder came back, and like they really just threw away a very good setup that already existed for a feud.
So I think Thunder and Megan Bayne would actually make more sense to do it like at all in. And
well,
that's what Christopher is saying.
About Toni Storm.
That's what Christopher is saying there. I'm gonna say Toni Storm because I mean, after that match she and Mariah May had, she put it all on the fucking line. I mean, that was a violent, fun women's match, and I don't see, I see keeping the belt on her. Why take it off her after that fucking match? The woman deserves it.
Yeah, and, this match is probably the one I'm like least sure of, probably.
I could see this one going either way very easily, but I'm picking Toni Storm to retain here. Yeah.
And I agree with Steven. Like, do Thunder versus
Christopher.
Toni. No, it says Steven.
Christopher.
He says.
Oh well, no, both
Christian.
They both said.
Oh, okay. I can only see one comment at a time.
Steven, Battle of the Thunder Tits, Toni versus Rosa at All In. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
So you and I are saying Toni, and Wolf is saying
Megan. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got one match left here, and that is the AEW World Title match. We have the leader of the Death Riders and pretty much the top guy in AEW. You got to call him that. I mean, it probably used to be Kenny Omega, but it's John Moxley now. That's for sure. He's defending against Swerve Strickland, and
Can I just? I'm going to interrupt you because I totally disagree with everything that you just said.
well,
So-
I'm right. So I don't know what you're fucking disagreeing with.
Just wait and let me talk. So Kenny Omega was the top guy because he fucking was amazing and earned it. Moxley is the guy because Tony has used some sort of like vice grip to hold our jaws open and just shoves them down our throat constantly. It does not make him the main guy in AEW.
It does. Yeah, it's the same way. You don't have to like him. But like Hulk Hogan was the main guy in WWF. You don't have to like it, but that's the way it was, and that's the way it is in AEW. John Moxley is the main guy.
I see it, even though he's had the title like a gajillion times and he's had it for like way too long now. I don't think most people would say that.
I think you're wrong. I think most people would say that.
Well, I'm gonna say
he's obviously the man in the fucking company. He's the dude. He's the ace.
He's not the ace.
He's the ace.
He's just the current champion.
You're wrong. I'm gonna go first.
I gotta get back up on him. You have to agree with me. I'll be mad at you. Go ahead.
What's it hold on.
Steven said Moxley.
What is the question?
Christopher said Moxley. Is Moxley the ace of AEW?
It's weird because Moxley is in this position where like right now it's not really exactly hitting, but like whether it's obvious to like anyone that really looks into it, that really looks at AEW. Without Moxley, AEW would not be where it is right now.
Yeah.
So with like Moxley has been integral to AEW. But right now, I don't know. It feels like he's more of the necessary evil position of he's getting all the attention, and yet everyone hates it.
Willie picked Swerve. Christopher picked.
So I don't know.
Christopher picked Moxley. Eric, what's up, man? He says Moxley is the ace. MJF, Swerve, and Tony are the face cards. Thank you for backing me up, Eric. I appreciate it. And Wolf's wrong, and Kay's wrong. He's the ace of the company. Like, you can't disagree with it.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would just outright label him as the ace, but like he's been very integral to AEW, and he is getting all the attention, all the views over anyone else, unfortunately.
But to me, like the ace is like not only is he like being pushed and is a big part of it of what's happening, but also he's the one that like you want to see the most. You know, like with Kenny Omega,
Moxley.
People loved him. No, I'm talking about Kenny Omega because Kenny Omega, everybody loved him because he was so fucking awesome in the ring that you couldn't help. Like even when he was being a bad guy, he was just so captivating. And Moxley, I just want to like shut in a closet for like 3 months before he comes back out.
I'm basically going to tell you guys. This is a silly comparison, and I know it's AEW Day, but Moxley right now is basically Roman Reigns. It's to the same effect of Roman Reigns. Like the Death Riders in general is just a bloodline.
So would you say Roman Reigns is the face of WWE and not Cody Rhodes?
Is the ace?
Oh yeah, the ace.
Yeah, you got to.
The ace. I guess if it's different compared to like the clear, like the poster child and the face of the company, then yes, I would say Roman Reigns is probably the ace.
Maybe I just don't like aces. Maybe that's the problem. Because I don't like either of those guys. All right, so we're on to the main event?
Yeah, we're talking about the main event. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'm picking Moxley to retain. I've learned do not bet against John Moxley on AEW pay-per-views because you will be wrong. I was wrong like twice and then I stopped. And so I'm picking John Moxley to retain. I want him to retain. I think he's been great. like Steven said, they kind of need to do something with the Death Riders storyline. They need to adjust it. They need to add somebody, shake it up somehow. But I like all the people in the Death Riders, and I think they've been great in the ring, definitely. And so is Moxley, and he deserves to keep the title. I want them to show the fucking title on TV. I can't believe they've gotten this big max contract, and since then we have not seen the world title. I think that's really fucking stupid. I think you need to show what everyone is supposed to be chasing. Because that's the point of having belts.
Yeah, well, they're all chasing a
But
great
excuse me, Kay.
They're showing
But so
it.
I'm picking Moxley to retain the belt. Yeah, and remain the ace of the company. Okay, you obviously want to talk, so why
Yeah,
don't you go
they're
next?
showing the great briefcase. So now instead of chasing an awesome, shiny, golden belt, everyone is chasing a like bumpy plastic.
But you love
gray
briefcases. You love IRS, so you love
I do love
briefcases.
briefcases, and remember April with a camera. Well, maybe it was a camera. April, the Ninja Turtles action figure.
Yeah.
She had like a gun and like I thought it was a briefcase, but maybe it was a camera. Camera would make more sense, wouldn't it? But
I don't know.
All it was a secret gun.
She might have come with a briefcase of,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
journalistic tools
Yeah.
or something. I don't
I saw
recall.
that action figure. It's like one of the only ones I remember having. Anyway, I am picking Mox because
Action figure had nice tits.
well, it's because the cartoon had nice tits.
I know she was hot. Yeah, April was hot.
For real.
Super hot.
Anyway, I'm picking Moxley because I have to, because that's the stupid golden rule. You never pick against Moxley. And oh my god, I wish he would lose. The end.
So
I was doing a Vicky. Excuse me.
So I was like dead set certain for like locked in about my choice before Dynamite. Now Dynamite gave a pathway that is very reasonable, very it makes sense, where they showed an interaction between Swerve and Hangman, and now that Hangman is in the Owen Cup, I feel like it would make a lot of sense if the All-In main event was Swerve and Hangman.
Wow.
Especially if they're gonna do this whole angle of like reconciling and trying to, and now like sort of reconciling but still kind of hating each other enough to still want to fight, and Hangman wants the world title from Swerve instead. So there's, the way I've seen it, there's like 3 pathways of the main event going, which is Mox retains and they continue on the pathway of the story that they built, which is, I'd say, is the safe, the reasonable, the logical, and the option that nobody wants, which is Darby eventually takes the title from Moxley. The other pathway is, I'm gonna yeah, I'll just say it. What I think is going to happen at Double or Nothing, probably. And what would make a lot of sense character-wise and fit to pivot to, even over Swerve perhaps, is Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston returns at Dynasty, and then at Double or Nothing we get Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston for the world title. The third option, which, you know what, I enjoy it too much. I think that would be crazy. I would love it so much, and that's the pathway I want to see. So I'm going to predict that Swerve wins.
Okay.
Eddie returns,
Wow.
turns heel on Swerve, and joins the Death Riders. And at Double or Nothing, we get Swerve versus Eddie for the world title.
Bold prediction. And Willie, we did enjoy WrestleMania 1. We did that in our retro watch along last night, if you were with us. Very good show, better than I remembered. The first couple matches weren't so hot, but then the card really heated up. And it was a very fun show, and not overly long either. It was about 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is a great length for a pay-per-view. I think, 3 hours is fine too, but we had been doing some like 3.5 hours, 3 hours 40 minutes WrestleManias and stuff. We're doing another WrestleMania on, bless you,
Thank you.
on Thursday. I have not decided which one, but we will be doing another WrestleMania. It will not be 1. It will not be 10. It will not be 4 or 5. So I don't know. I think it'll be 9. If we didn't do 9 last year, I have to go back and look. Anyways, back to Dynasty. Steven says Danielson. I wonder Danielson is 100% against Mox or Hangman. I could see that. I could see Danielson
Yeah.
coming back and doing something. That's a
And
good
just
prediction.
mentioning Hangman just briefly, just because this I think is relevant. Given the Owen Cup, based on from what it looks like, it seems like I think the finals at Double or Nothing for the men's Owen Cup will be Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page. Yeah, so I think they could pivot to Swerve and what's it called? Go for Swerve versus Hangman at All In, which actually would make a lot of sense and would fit for an All In main event, especially in Texas. I don't know. I would really love to see if Eddie came back and turned heel, even though he's probably too likable and would probably drag down the idea of Eddie Kingston as a heel, but I would prefer Eddie Kingston joining the Death Riders over the speculated Jack Barry. So that's all I'm gonna say. I think that would be a much better. So
Sorry, just thinking about Texas. This isn't really related to the main event scene directly. Do you think they're gonna bring up the Von Erichs and Sammy from Ring of Honor because they're all from Texas, so they can be it all in?
They should definitely have the Von Erichs on the card.
You don't think Sammy though?
I think Sammy should be in AEW, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think
I
definitely
think
the Von
they'll
Erichs need to be on the show.
they'll probably have a match with Dustin, Sammy, and then the Von Erichs. Probably like a special, like a showcase match, or I don't know.
And here Eric asks, do you think Shane will ever show up? I do. I don't know when. I predicted it several months ago. I stopped predicting it. I definitely think he is going to be in AEW at some point. Yes.
So you're re-predicting.
I'm pretty. No, I've never changed my prediction. I just stopped predicting the time it's happening.
Oh, I thought you said he wasn't. I thought you meant like he wasn't coming ever.
No, he's coming.
I think he is.
I think he's coming, but I don't know when. I don't know when. I thought it was going to be sooner rather than later, but now it's going to be later. But he's coming. Yes, I think so.
I get tricked a lot, but I did read an article that said that the like Shane and Tony meeting got like blown like way out of proportion.
Yeah, I think it did, but I mean, they could still show up.
And Steven here is pointing out Ring of Honor has a pay-per-view, Death Before Dishonor, All In Weekend. Yeah, we will be doing a watch along for that.
But that's not the same.
Things are going to be changing. Just so you know, I got a job, and my schedule is going to be kind of weird. So some things will change, but we will try to make the most reliable schedule we can every week. But we'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Luckily, we've prepared you by being unreliable for several months. So
it's fine. It's fine. So, hey, life happens, man.
It does exactly.
So we
trained them for this.
We're not making any money for this. We're just having fun, and life gets in the way sometimes, and that we got to cancel shit. So I apologize for that, though. Willie says, I do not believe he is coming. I don't believe they were able to make a deal. Right. They may not have yet, but they will, is what I think. Shane is coming. All right. So we've made all our predictions. We'll see if one of us, either K Fabulous, myself, or Switch did not send me his picks, but he is going to make his picks before the show. So we'll see if K Switch or I can dethrone Wolf, who's been the champion. We should keep a history, but we haven't. He's been the champion for like 3 months. The predictions champion.
I mean, it's possible you guys actually managed to get the belt off me. Because yeah, I've been a bit more bold with these last 2 matches.
Good. Stay bold. Stay bold, Wolf. I want that
Yeah,
belt.
I think it's kind of predictable until the last few matches on the card.
Yeah, pretty. Basically, the 2 world title matches. That's basically it. Yeah. I don't. But yeah, in like 3 minutes is SmackDown finally
yeah.
back in the States on regular time. What's it called? They're in Chicago. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, all in the building. Ray Fenix is debuting, and I'm gonna spoil it for everyone who is his opponent is one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Nathan Frazier.
Okay.
Yeah, that he's just a fast boy. That so I think it's gonna be solid. They also have BFAB versus Naomi, and Kevin Owens is also there, apparently allegedly injured. So his match at WrestleMania might be in jeopardy. And that means, what the hell do we do with Randy Orton?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll talk about SmackDown. We'll talk about it on WWE Weekly, which is Monday at 6. We're doing WWE Week. Well, let me tell you, we're doing Collision Watch Along tomorrow night, 7:55. We're doing Dynasty Watch Along Sunday night, 7:55. Monday, we're doing WWE Weekly at 6. That's Wolf and I. We're doing Raw at 7:55. Raw Watch Along. Tuesday we're off. Wednesday Dynamite Watch Along 7:55. Thursday 7:50. We're watching an old WrestleMania retro watch along, and yeah, that schedule is on X, just at No Bones Wrestling. That's RASSLIN. We're on TikTok, No Bones About Wrestling. We put stuff on there that we don't put anywhere else. Sometimes you see it on here, but I do put stuff on there that you don't see anywhere else also, including a silly video I put up today. So check that
I
out.
haven't seen that.
Yeah. Where else are we? What else are we on? We're on YouTube here. We're on X and TikTok. That's where we do stuff mainly.
Twitch.
Oh, and Twitch on K Fabulous's Twitch channel.
And Wolf's, I think, too.
And Wolf Broadcast.
I'm on YouTube actually. I'm trying to transition back into YouTube. I've been uploading Twitch streams onto my YouTube channel as well. Just because I want to see how it works out. It might not, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that is all. I've got
Wolf,
videos.
Doing the Wolf Den podcast.
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
So no, check it out. He does stuff. But that's it for us. Like this, subscribe. What?
Sorry, I just found on Twitter. Oh, hold on, never mind. Never mind. Just I got faked out by Twitter.
Wait, we're gonna go so people can watch Raw.
Really quickly though.
Okay.
Christopher, I have Hurt Syndicate.
SmackDown, I mean.
Christopher, I have Hurt Syndicate, Cole, Death Riders, Omega, Tony, and Moxley. Your picks for the other ones I don't have, so send them either to Asa on X or me on X or Instagram.
All right, and we're going. And like this, subscribe, share it around. You know, we want to get more viewers, of course, always.
And thank those that joined us.
Yeah, thank you for everybody that joined us and talked. Willie, Eric, Steven, Antonio, as always, Eric, Switch, Christopher. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But yeah, we love talking to y'all, and yeah, we love hearing your opinions as always. So that's it for us.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow at 7:55 for Collision. Use your turn signals. Take care of each other, and we're out. Bye everybody.
Bye.